Hey friends, welcome back to our channel. If you're visiting us for the first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our awesome content. In today's video, we're diving into the Doraemon the movie. We'll be exploring everything you need to know about this movie, from where to watch it to some fascinating behind-the-scenes facts. Here's what we'll be covering. Asterisk where you can watch the movie on streaming platforms or satellite channels. Asterisk interesting facts about the film that you probably didn't know. Asterisk the technical side of the film. The music department, pre-production, filming, and post-production. Asterisk the budget and box office performance. How much did it make and was it a hit? Asterisk a breakdown of the plot and a short review of the storyline. Asterisk the star-studded cast. Who played what role and how they performed. I'll also be giving you an in-depth look at the characters and how they drive the plot forward. So, be sure to stick around until the end to get all the juicy details. Doraemon the movie. Nobita's Earth Symphony Iga Doraemon, Nobita no Chikyu Symphony, is a 2024 Japanese animated musical fantasy science fiction adventure film. Serving as the 43rd feature film in the Doraemon series, it is based on the iconic work by Fujiko F. Fujio. The film is directed by Kazuaki Imai, with a screenplay written by Teruko Utsumi. It premiered theatrically in Japan on March 1, 2024. Plot summary. In class, Nobita and his friends are practicing for their upcoming autumn recital, but Nobita struggles with his recorder, drawing teasing from Gian and Suneo. To escape further embarrassment, Nobita steals a gadget from Doraemon that allows him to alter future events based on a diary. He wishes for there to be no music the next day, hoping to skip music class, but this causes a widespread disruption where many people can no longer play music. Doraemon quickly intervenes and urges Nobita to practice his recorder without relying on gadgets. While practicing by the river, Nobita and his friends meet a mysterious girl named Mikka, who invites them aboard a floating spacecraft called the Grand Hall of Faray. Mikka and her robot assistant, Chappeku, explain that they come from the planet Mushka, and they need the help of the virtuosos to restore their spacecraft with music, called Faray. Doraemon provides everyone with instruments. Gian gets a tuba, Suneo a violin, Shizuka a bongo, and Nobita a recorder. Together, they begin performing music to power the spacecraft, though Nobita still struggles with his playing. Meanwhile, Gian and Suneo are distracted by an awful noise emanating from a building, where they encounter a black entity known as the Noise, which is sabotaging a conductor's machine. They try to use their instruments to fight the Noise but fail and flee. Later, they reunite with the group and return to Earth to attend school. That night, Nobita practices his recorder in his bathroom, making slow progress. The next day, the group travels deeper into the Grand Hall of Faray, where they meet Vento, Chappeku's teacher. Vento reveals that the planet Mushka was overtaken by the Noise after private musical performances were banned. Nobita realizes that his wish to stop music was what attracted the Noise to Earth in the first place. To save Earth, they need to find the whistle of Mushka. Mikka attempts to play it but is missing a few notes. In an unexpected twist, Nobita's earlier recorder mistakes complete the missing notes, powering the Grand Hall of Faray. With the spacecraft fully operational, the group plays a musical composition called the Earth Symphony to combat the Noise. However, the Noise flings them into outer space, where Nobita realizes no sound can travel in space. As they float, a gadget from Doraemon activates accidentally, creating a localized space-time anomaly that brings Earth's atmosphere into Nobita's bathroom. With this twist, the group, alongside the entire planet, manages to defeat the Noise. After their victory, Nobita and his friends say goodbye to Mikka and the inhabitants of the Grand Hall of Faray. Chappeku later informs Mikka that their performance has signaled a nearby ship carrying displaced Mushka people. Back on Earth, Nobita and his friends return to the autumn recital, and this time, Nobita plays his recorder much better than before, showing how far he's come. Cast: Asterisk Doraemon Wasabi Mizuta, Asterisk Nobita Megumi Ōhara, Asterisk Shizuka Yumi Kakazu, Asterisk Gian Subaru Kimura, Asterisk Suneo Tomokazu Seki, Asterisk Miina Kyoko Yoshine, Asterisk Mikka Riana Hirano, Chappeku, Kokoro Kikuchi. Maestro Vento, Kōji Kikkawa. Wakner, Kanji Ishimaru. Nobita's mama, Kotono Mitsushi. Nobita's papa, Yasunori Matsumoto. Sensei Wataru Takagi. Dekisuji, Shihoko Hayino. This talented cast brings the characters of Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony to life, blending both familiar voices for longtime fans and fresh additions for the film's new characters. Production. Scenario setting. Kazuaki Imai, the director of Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, shared that the inspiration for the film came to him during the COVID-19 lockdown. Reflecting on how the pandemic drastically changed the world, Imai noted the heightened stress on children due to the sudden limitations on social interaction. After finishing his previous project, New Dinosaur, he observed his son at home and was moved when he saw him singing loudly while watching a remote, collaborative concert on TV. This performance, where musicians from different locations came together to play one song despite being physically apart, struck Imai deeply. He felt the powerful, unifying force of music and began envisioning a story about children embarking on an epic adventure in a world filled with music, alongside Doraemon. This moment of emotional inspiration led Imai to develop the concept of the film, blending the themes of connection, music, and the importance of human interaction. Ideas that were especially resonant in a time when those very connections were being tested by the global pandemic. Reception. Box office. Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony performed well at the box office, earning $4,366,266 on its opening day. The film went on to gross a total of $31,365,025 worldwide, showcasing its strong appeal both domestically and internationally. This solid performance reflects the continued popularity of the Doraemon franchise and the film's ability to resonate with audiences through its heartwarming story and musical themes. Anime reviews. Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024, Shin-ei Animation. Eiga Doraemon, Nobita no Chikyu Symphony. Worth a watch. As the class practices to perform at the upcoming event for their parents, Nobita is having trouble playing his recorder correctly. As usual, he bluffs that he'd be able to do it perfectly with a little more practice. When it doesn't go so well, he uses one of Doraemon's gadgets to make music disappear for a day, not realizing how much chaos it would cause. After the world was reverted, they meet a mysterious girl named Mikka while practicing together and find themselves whisked off to a spaceship. Mikka and her people need the help of virtuosos, talented artists, to restore power to their ship using the power of music, aka fair in this case, supposedly from fanfare, so that they can return home. Meanwhile, another dark entity stealthily invades the ship and Earth. An original new story. It's pretty magical with the odd bit of comedy and dark scenes. Direction's kind of like a game where they keep unlocking areas too, so that wasn't too exciting. I think it tries too much to be a musical at times, so it's not one of the better movies I've seen, but the myriad of colors and music-themed designs definitely brightens up the story. Looking forward to what they do with the Doraemon 2025 movie, a remake of the 1994 Visionary Swordsman. Or so I thought when it teased with a wizard hat and castle. Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024, is the 43rd feature film in the Doraemon franchise, blending adventure, music, and heartwarming moments into a unique animated experience. Directed by Kazuaki Imai, this film tells the story of Nobita and his friends as they embark on a musical journey to save Earth from a mysterious entity known as the Noise. Set in a world where music is the key to revitalizing a spacecraft and battling an ominous threat, the film explores themes of human connection, the power of music, and the importance of perseverance. When Nobita inadvertently disrupts the flow of music on Earth, he unknowingly invites the Noise, an entity that feeds on silence, threatening to consume the planet. Alongside Doraemon and their friends, Nobita must rediscover the value of music and work together to save the world. The movie blends fantasy and sci-fi elements with an emotional narrative, showcasing a new adventure for the beloved characters, while also exploring how music can bring people together, even in challenging times. Released in Japan on March 1, 2024, the movie received strong box office results, grossing over $31 million worldwide, and was praised for its creativity, vibrant animation, and its timely message of unity and resilience. With a cast of familiar voices, Wasabi Mizuta as Doraemon, Megumi Ōhara as Nobita, and newcomers like Riana Hirano as Mikka, the film continues the legacy of Doraemon with a fresh and uplifting story that resonates with both young audiences and longtime fans of the series. Plot of Doraemon the movie. Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024. The story begins with Nobita and his friends preparing for their autumn recital at school. While the others practice their instruments, Nobita struggles with his recorder, much to the amusement of Gian and Suneo, who tease him relentlessly. To avoid further embarrassment, Nobita steals a gadget from Doraemon that allows him to alter future events based on a diary. Nobita wishes for there to be no music the next day, hoping to skip music class, but this causes a chaotic ripple effect. Many people are suddenly unable to play music. Doraemon quickly steps in, fixing the damage and encouraging Nobita to practice without relying on gadgets. While practicing near a riverbank, Nobita and his friends meet a mysterious girl named Mikka, who invites them aboard a floating spacecraft called the Grand Hall of Farai. Mikka explains that she and her robot assistant, Chappeku, are from the planet Mushka, and they need the help of a group called the Virtuosos to restore their spacecraft using a special kind of music known as Farai. Doraemon gives the group instruments to play, Gian with a tuba, Suneo with a violin, Shizuka with a bongo, and Nobita with his recorder. Together, they begin performing music to power up the spacecraft, but Nobita continues to struggle with his playing. As they travel, Gian and Suneo are distracted by strange noises coming from a nearby building, where they encounter a black entity called Noise. This entity is sabotaging a conductor's machine, causing terrible music to play. When Gian and Suneo try to battle the noise using their instruments, they fail and flee. The group regroups and returns to Earth to attend school, while Nobita practices his recorder in his bathroom, hoping to improve. The next day, they travel deeper into the Grand Hall of Farai, where they meet Vento, Chappeku's teacher. Vento reveals that the planet Mushka was consumed by the noise after music was banned. Nobita realizes that his wish to stop music is what attracted the noise to Earth in the first place. In order to save Earth, they must find the Whistle of Mushka, an ancient artifact of immense power. Mikka attempts to play it but is missing a few crucial notes. To everyone's surprise, Nobita's earlier mistakes on the recorder fill in the missing notes, allowing the Grand Hall of Farai to fully power up. With the spacecraft operational, the group plays a powerful piece known as the Earth Symphony to combat the noise. However, the noise flings them into outer space, where Nobita realizes that sound cannot travel in the vacuum of space. In a twist of fate, a gadget from Doraemon activates accidentally, bringing Earth's atmosphere into Nobita's bathroom. This anomaly allows the group to fight the noise with the help of Earth's music and finally defeat the entity. In the aftermath, Nobita and his friends bid farewell to Mikka and the inhabitants of the Grand Hall of Farai. Chappeku reveals that their performance has signaled a nearby ship carrying more displaced Mushka people. Back on Earth, Nobita and his friends return to the autumn recital, where Nobita plays his recorder much better than before, demonstrating how far he has come in both his musical abilities and his personal growth. The film ends on a positive note, highlighting the unifying power of music and the importance of friendship, perseverance, and self-improvement. Production of Doraemon the movie. Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024. The production of Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, was led by director Kazuaki Imai, who shared that the inspiration for the film came during the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown. Reflecting on the changes the pandemic brought to the world, especially how it affected children's ability to interact with each other, Imai drew on his personal experiences. He mentioned feeling deeply moved when he saw his son singing along to a remote concert broadcast on TV, where performers connected from different locations. This unique moment, where music became a way of connecting despite physical distance, sparked the idea for a story centered around music's power to unite and heal. Imai explained that, in this moment of emotional realization, the concept of children going on a grand musical adventure with Doraemon began to form in his mind. The theme of music as a form of connection, especially in times of separation, became central to the story of Nobita's Earth Symphony, which incorporates a musical journey that blends fantasy, sci-fi, and adventure. The film's story explores themes like the power of music, human connection, and resilience, which became particularly relevant as the world dealt with the isolation caused by the pandemic. The narrative focuses on how music can bridge gaps and bring people together, even in the most challenging times. Key production details. Director, Kazuaki Imai. Scriptwriter, Teruko Utsumi. Animation studio, Shin-Ei Animation, the longtime studio behind the Doraemon franchise, ensured that the animation style remained consistent with previous films in the series while introducing new, exciting visuals to reflect the fantastical elements of the story. Music. Given the film's focus on music, the soundtrack plays a crucial role in the narrative. The Earth Symphony, in particular, is a central musical piece, and the film highlights the importance of orchestration, harmony, and the emotional impact of sound. Inspirations. Imai's previous film, New Dinosaur, was completed just as the pandemic began, and he observed the profound emotional impact the situation had on children. The themes of isolation and longing for connection were significant in shaping the narrative of Nobita's Earth Symphony, which focuses on restoring harmony to a world disrupted by the noise. This premise also reflects Imai's own reflections on how global events like the pandemic can reshape perspectives on human interaction, creativity, and community. Animation and visual style. The animation in Nobita's Earth Symphony incorporates vibrant, fantastical elements, particularly when exploring the alien world of Mushka and the futuristic Grand Hall of Faray. The design of the spacecraft and the music-driven mechanics of the world demonstrate a blend of sci-fi aesthetics and whimsical, imaginative creativity. The visuals are meant to evoke a sense of wonder, transporting audiences into a magical adventure while maintaining the familiar warmth and charm of the Doraemon universe. Voice cast. The film features the return of familiar voices for the core characters, including Wasabi Mizuta as Doraemon, Megumi Ōhara as Nobita, and Yumi Kakazu as Shizuka. The new characters such as Mikka, voiced by Riana Hirano, and Chappeku, voiced by Kokoro Kikuchi, are voiced by talented newcomers, bringing fresh energy to the story. Final thoughts. Doraemon the movie. Nobita's Earth Symphony is not just another adventure film. It's a celebration of music, unity, and the way art can inspire and heal. Its production reflects a period of global uncertainty, and the film offers a hopeful, uplifting narrative that resonates with audiences of all ages, reminding them of the importance of creativity, perseverance, and the bonds that connect us all. 1. Wasabi Mizuta as Doraemon. Character overview. Doraemon is the titular robotic cat from the 22nd century who serves as Nobita's lifelong companion. He is sent back in time by Nobita's great-great-grandson to help him improve his life, solve problems, and guide him through his many challenges. Doraemon is known for his resourcefulness and the plethora of gadgets he pulls from his magical pocket. While he often comes off as a voice of reason and an authority figure for Nobita, his true affection for his friend is always evident, and he plays a crucial role in helping Nobita learn life lessons. Performance insight. Wasabi Mizuta has been the voice of Doraemon for over 20 years, offering a portrayal that balances both the mechanical nature and emotional depth of the character. His performance captures the quirky, innocent charm of Doraemon, while also emphasizing his wisdom and patience when guiding Nobita. In Nobita's Earth Symphony, Mizuta's voice work is particularly notable as Doraemon helps lead the children on their musical adventure, navigating obstacles, and using gadgets to save Earth from the noise. Mizuta's voice perfectly reflects the blend of futuristic technology and heartwarming companionship that defines Doraemon. Actor's background. Wasabi Mizuta is a veteran voice actor known for his portrayal of Doraemon since 2005. In addition to his role as Doraemon, Mizuta has voiced various characters in other anime series such as One Piece, Naruto, and Dragon Ball Z. His long tenure as Doraemon has made him a beloved figure among fans, and his voice work is a cornerstone of the Doraemon franchise. Mizuta's ability to imbue Doraemon with both humor and emotional resonance has contributed to the character's enduring popularity. 2. Megumi Ōhara as Nobita. Character overview. Nobita Nobi is a kind-hearted yet often lazy and clumsy boy who faces many challenges in life, especially in his school and relationships. He is frequently picked on by his classmates, Gian and Suneo, and often finds himself in trouble. Despite his flaws, Nobita has a good heart and genuinely wants to improve. His bond with Doraemon is central to the series, and Doraemon's guidance often helps him navigate the ups and downs of childhood. Performance insight. Megumi Ōhara's voice performance as Nobita is iconic, as she has portrayed him since the anime's inception in 1979. Ōhara's portrayal of Nobita captures the character's vulnerability and earnestness, as well as his occasional bursts of courage and determination. In Nobita's Earth Symphony, her voice brings out Nobita's growth as he learns the value of music and teamwork. His transformation from a boy who avoids challenges to someone who actively faces them is reflected in Ōhara's nuanced voice acting. Actor's background. Megumi Ōhara is one of Japan's most respected voice actresses. She has voiced Nobita in the Doraemon series for over 4 decades, making her performance a cornerstone of the show. Apart from Nobita, Ōhara has voiced numerous characters in other anime such as Sailor Moon, Pokémon, and Digimon. Her long career has established her as a beloved figure in the anime industry, known for her ability to voice characters with depth and emotional range. 3. Yumi Kakazu as Shizuka Minamoto. Character overview. Shizuka Minamoto is one of Nobita's closest friends and his love interest. She is kind, intelligent, and always eager to help others. Shizuka's sweet nature contrasts with Nobita's clumsiness, but her unwavering support for him makes her an essential part of his life. In Nobita's Earth Symphony, Shizuka plays a key role in the musical journey, using her bongo drums as her instrument to help revive the Grand Hall of Farai. Performance insight. Yumi Kakazu brings a gentle and nurturing voice to Shizuka, perfectly capturing her empathetic and caring personality. Kakazu's portrayal of Shizuka is always soft-spoken but emotionally resonant, making Shizuka one of the more grounded characters in the Doraemon universe. In this film, Kakazu's performance helps emphasize Shizuka's supportive nature and her character's role as an emotional anchor in the group. Actor's background. Yumi Kakazu is a seasoned voice actress with a career spanning several decades. She has voiced Shizuka since the early days of the Doraemon franchise and has been a constant presence in the series. Kakazu has also voiced characters in other popular anime such as Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. Her versatile voice has made her one of Japan's most recognizable voice actresses. 4. Subaru Kimura as John Takashi Guda. Character overview. John, whose real name is Takashi Guda, is one of Nobita's classmates and a frequent antagonist. He is physically strong but often uses his size and strength to intimidate others. He's known for his loud, off-key singing and his tendency to bully Nobita and Suneo. Despite his tough exterior, John has a soft spot for his friends and will often help them when it matters most. In Nobita's Earth Symphony, John plays the tuba and provides the group's muscle, although his lack of musical skill adds comedic moments to the adventure. Performance insight. Subaru Kimura's portrayal of John is full of energy and humor, capturing the character's boisterous and somewhat egotistical personality. Kimura has mastered the art of voicing characters with loud, over-the-top personalities, and his performance as John brings both comedy and depth to the character. In the context of this film, John's over-the-top performances on the tuba are a highlight, showing his enthusiasm for music, even if he's not particularly good at it. Actor's background. Subaru Kimura is an experienced voice actor who has voiced John for many years. He has appeared in numerous anime series, including Hunter x Hunter, Bleach, and One Piece. His ability to voice comedic and larger-than-life characters has made him a favorite among anime fans. Kimura's work as John has helped cement the character as a beloved comedic figure in the Doraemon franchise. Tomokazu Seki as Suneo Honkawa. Character overview. Suneo Honkawa is another one of Nobita's classmates, and he is often seen teasing and bullying Nobita alongside John. Suneo is more intelligent than John but has an arrogant personality, often boasting about his achievements and making fun of Nobita's shortcomings. He also has a passion for music and plays the violin in the film. While he's often portrayed as a rival to Nobita, there are moments where his softer side shines through. Performance insight: Tomokazu Seki brings a sharp and charismatic voice to Suneo, perfectly capturing the character's mischievous and self-assured nature. Seki's ability to switch between playful teasing and moments of vulnerability makes Suneo a multi-dimensional character. In Nobita's Earth Symphony, Suneo's violin performance is a key element of the group's musical journey, and Seki's voice work helps emphasize Suneo's pride and determination to prove himself. Actor's background: Tomokazu Seki is a prolific voice actor known for his roles in a wide range of anime. He has voiced Suneo for many years and is also known for his work in shows like Cardcaptor Sakura, Naruto, and Yu Yu Hakusho. Seki's versatility and ability to bring humor and depth to his characters have made him a standout in the anime industry. Riana Hirano as Mikka. Character overview: Mikka is a new character introduced in Nobita's Earth Symphony. She is an alien from the planet Mushka who seeks the help of Nobita and his friends to restore the Grand Hall of Faray through music. Mikka is kind, brave, and determined, and she forms a strong bond with the group as they embark on their musical adventure. Her role as the leader of the group adds a sense of responsibility and hope to the story. Performance insight: Riana Hirano's voice work as Mikka is fresh and captivating. Hirano brings a youthful and energetic quality to the character, making Mikka both relatable and aspirational. Her voice captures the spirit of adventure and the sense of responsibility that Mikka carries as she leads the group to save her home planet from the noise. Actor's background: Riana Hirano is a relatively new voice actress, but her performance as Mikka has been widely praised for its depth and charisma. Hirano's ability to portray both the strength and vulnerability of her character adds a rich layer to Mikka, making her a standout in the film. Kokoro Kikuchi as Chappeku. Character overview: Chappeku is Mikka's robot assistant from the planet Mushka. As an AI with a loyal and supportive personality, Chappeku assists Mikka in her quest to restore the Grand Hall of Faray with the power of music. Conceptualization and initial inspiration. The development of Doraemon the movie. Nobita's Earth Symphony began in a unique way amidst the global COVID-19 pandemic. Director Kazuaki Imai and the creative team sought to craft a story that resonated with both the challenges of the time and the timeless nature of the Doraemon franchise. Imai, who had just finished directing his previous film New Dinosaur, was struck by the emotional and psychological toll the pandemic had on children. The sudden isolation, the forced distance between people, and the restrictions on direct social interactions all had a profound impact on their well-being. During this time, Imai recalled a moment that struck him deeply. He observed his son singing along to a remote concert on TV. The concert, where musicians performed separately but united in their musical collaboration, brought joy and connection during a time of widespread separation. This experience sparked the initial idea for Nobita's Earth Symphony. Imai felt that music, specifically the power of collective musical creation, could serve as a universal theme to explore the broader concept of connection, perseverance, and unity in difficult times. The result was a film that focused on the unifying power of music, especially as the characters embark on a journey to save the world from an entity that feeds on silence. 2. Script development and writing process. Once the concept was in place, the next step was to craft a script that could encapsulate these themes while maintaining the heart of the Doraemon series. Teruko Utsumi, an experienced screenwriter known for her work on various Doraemon films, was tasked with writing the screenplay for Nobita's Earth Symphony. Utsumi and Imai worked closely to ensure that the script reflected the delicate balance between Doraemon's signature blend of humor, heart, and adventure, while introducing a new, emotionally resonant storyline. The process of scriptwriting for a Doraemon film involves striking a delicate balance between character development, world building, and ensuring that the underlying messages resonate with both young audiences and longtime fans of the franchise. Utsumi and Imai ensured that Nobita's journey in this film was not just a superficial adventure, but one that deeply impacted his personal growth. The decision to have Nobita's Earth Symphony center around music was also inspired by the broader cultural moment in which the film was conceived. The theme of music as a tool for connection and healing mirrored the ways in which art, especially music, became a symbol of resilience during the pandemic. In the film, Nobita and his friends are tasked with restoring a spacecraft through music, with the ensemble acting as the core of the film's resolution. The script emphasizes how their teamwork and collective music playing ultimately becomes the key to saving the Earth. 3. Visual and artistic direction. One of the significant developments in Nobita's Earth Symphony was the visual direction of the film, which was handled by the longtime Doraemon animation studio Shin-ei Animation. While the studio had already established a visual style in previous films, Nobita's Earth Symphony presented new challenges because of the fantastical nature of the story and its emphasis on music. Director Kazuaki Imai worked closely with the animation team to ensure the visuals were both breathtaking and imaginative, pushing the boundaries of what had been done in previous Doraemon films. A major part of the visual development involved designing the Grand Hall of Faray, the floating spacecraft that serves as the primary setting for much of the adventure. The spacecraft itself is a marvel of design, combining futuristic aesthetics with organic, music-driven structures. The decision to make the Grand Hall of Faray a living, breathing entity, powered by music and the emotion it evokes, was a key innovation. The spacecraft is not just a vehicle, but a character in itself, requiring meticulous attention to how it responds to the character's actions and music. The creative team also designed the planet Mushka, from which Mikka and her companions hail. Mushka was envisioned as a vibrant, fantastical world filled with exotic landscapes and otherworldly architecture. The aesthetic choices for Mushka were influenced by elements of classical and futuristic design, creating a surreal yet enchanting atmosphere. In addition to the spacecraft and planet designs, the team also focused on creating action sequences that were dynamic and visually striking. For example, the scenes in outer space, where the characters face off against the noise, involved complex animation techniques. The challenge of rendering the vacuum of space while maintaining visual clarity and emotional impact was a major part of the animation development. 4. Music and sound design. Given the film's central theme of music, the soundtrack was one of the most significant aspects of its development. Music not only drives the plot of Nobita's Earth Symphony, but it also enhances the emotional depth of the film. The film's score, composed by Shiro Sajisu, is filled with sweeping orchestral music, emphasizing both the grandeur of the adventure and the intimate, personal moments between the characters. The most significant piece in the film is the Earth Symphony, a composition created by the character Chappeku. The symphony is meant to be the key to overcoming the noise, and its performance involves the entire group of characters playing their respective instruments. The composition is not just a backdrop for the film's climactic battle. It is the symbol of unity and harmony that overcomes the silence imposed by the noise. Shiro Sajisu, known for his work on other iconic anime films such as Neon Genesis Evangelion, brought a level of emotional depth to the score that perfectly matched the narrative's themes. The music was composed to reflect both the emotional arcs of the characters and the broader concept of music as a universal force capable of overcoming adversity. The sound design, overseen by Takashi Ogata, also played an essential role in creating the immersive world of Nobita's Earth Symphony. The design of the sound effects for the spacecraft, the noise, and the music-driven elements of the story required meticulous attention to detail. The noise, in particular, is represented by discordant, jarring sound effects that evoke unease and tension, while the symphonic performances are accompanied by harmonious, uplifting sounds. This juxtaposition of discord and harmony was carefully planned to emphasize the emotional stakes of the film. 5. Voice casting and direction. Casting the voice actors for Nobita's Earth Symphony was an essential part of the development process. The team worked with longtime Doraemon voice actors such as Wasabi Mizuta, Doraemon, and Megumi Ōhara, Nobita, as well as new additions like Riana Hirano as Mikka and Kokoro Kikuchi as Chappeku. The casting of Riana Hirano as Mikka was a particularly important choice, as her performance brought a new energy to the Doraemon universe. Mikka, as a character from another world, needed a voice that conveyed both strength and vulnerability. Hirano's youthful and bright performance helped to establish Mikka as a relatable and likable character. Meanwhile, Kokoro Kikuchi's performance as Chappeku, a robot assistant, added a layer of warmth to a character that could have easily been portrayed as emotionless. Kikuchi's nuanced performance made Chappeku a character the audience could care for, further enhancing the film's themes of friendship and connection. The established voice cast, including Yumi Kakazu as Shizuka, Subaru Kimura as Gian, and Tomokazu Seki as Suneo, brought their characters to life with the same humor and depth that fans have come to expect from the franchise. However, the film's unique musical journey also required that the voice actors be able to sing and perform their respective instruments. The vocal performances were recorded with the music in mind, ensuring that the voices and instruments blended seamlessly in the final product. 6. Challenges in production. Like many major animated films, the production of Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony faced a range of challenges, particularly in the context of the pandemic. The team had to adjust their workflow to accommodate remote collaboration, using digital tools to communicate and share ideas across distances. The isolation caused by the pandemic was reflected in the film's themes of separation and connection, and the production team had to adapt to the evolving global situation while maintaining the film's high standards of animation and storytelling. One of the most significant challenges was ensuring that the musical performances were integrated seamlessly into the narrative. Given the importance of music in the film, the animation team had to carefully choreograph scenes where characters played their instruments, making sure that the movements were realistic and matched the rhythm of the music. This required extensive planning and collaboration between animators, musicians, and the voice actors, as the synchronization of visual and auditory elements was crucial to the success of the film. 7. Final production and release. As the film neared completion, the team focused on fine-tuning the visuals, sound, and pacing to create a cohesive and engaging experience. The film's premiere in Japan on March 1, 2024 marked the culmination of years of work. The team was thrilled to see their vision come to life, with audiences responding positively to the film's unique combination of adventure, heart, and music. Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony stood out as a film that not only celebrated the power of music but also explored themes of personal growth, teamwork, and unity in the face of adversity. It showcased how the Doraemon franchise, while steeped in tradition, could still evolve and tackle contemporary issues, making it relevant to both new audiences and longtime fans. Pre-production, planning, and design. In an animated film, the filming process starts well before the first frame is animated. The pre-production stage is essential for planning every visual, character, and scene. For Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, the team focused on several key steps in pre-production: script and storyboarding. Scriptwriting. The film's screenplay is the foundation of the production. Written by Teruko Utsumi, the script outlines all the scenes, characters, dialogue, and key events that move the plot forward. For an animated film, it's vital to have every scene planned out thoroughly, as the animation team will follow the script very closely. Storyboarding. After the script is finalized, the next step is to create storyboards, which are essentially rough sketches of how each scene will unfold visually. This is similar to a comic strip version of the film. The storyboards help visualize the pacing of the film, the character movements, and the camera angles before the animation begins. For Nobita's Earth Symphony, the storyboards would also include crucial elements like the Grand Hall of Faray, the Mushka Planet, and key action sequences such as the battle with the noise. Since music plays a central role in the film, the storyboards would need to show how characters interact with their instruments, the rhythms, and how they visually sync with the music. Character and environment design. Character design. The character designs are created by the animation team, working closely with the director. Since Doraemon characters have an established look, the key focus here would be ensuring that they maintain their iconic features, while still adapting to the new visual style of the movie. New characters like Mikka, the alien girl, and Chappeku, the robot assistant, would have their designs developed from scratch. Environment design. Since the movie features futuristic settings like the floating Grand Hall of Faray, the planet Mushka, and various intergalactic locations, the environment design is crucial. The film's visual direction combines futuristic and organic elements to create an otherworldly look that emphasizes the film's musical themes. Voice casting. Casting the voices. While the animation team works on the design, the voice actors are simultaneously cast. For Nobita's Earth Symphony, the iconic voices of Wasabi Mizuta, Doraemon, Megumi Ōhara, Nobita, and other established cast members were likely confirmed early on. New characters like Mikka were voiced by Riana Hirano, whose performance would be crucial in establishing the character's tone. Voice recording. Before animating scenes, the voice actors record their lines in a sound studio. In an animated film, the dialogue is recorded first so that animators can sync the character movements to the voices during the animation process. The voice direction during these sessions ensures that the performances match the intended emotions for each scene. 2. Animation production, creating the film. After the planning and design work is complete, the animation production begins. This is where the actual filming of the animated movie takes place. Though instead of physical cameras, it's done through digital techniques and animation software. 2D or 3D animation. Since Nobita's Earth Symphony is a modern Doraemon movie, it uses 3D animation techniques to bring the characters and environments to life. Here's how the process unfolds. Modeling. In 3D animation, characters and environments must be modeled in a computer. This involves creating a digital 3D representation of every character and object in the film. For Nobita's Earth Symphony, this would involve creating detailed 3D models of characters like Doraemon, Nobita, and Gian, along with new characters like Mikka and the Grand Spaceship. Rigging. After the characters are modeled, they are rigged for animation. This means setting up a digital skeleton rig that allows the animators to move and pose the characters. For example, if Gian needs to play the tuba, the rigging process ensures that his hands and body can move realistically to create the right gestures and expressions. Animation. Animators take these rigs and manipulate them frame by frame to create movement. In Nobita's Earth Symphony, animators would focus on fluid movement as the characters play their instruments. Synchronizing these movements with the rhythm of the music is a key challenge in the film. For action sequences, such as the battle with noise or traveling through space, animators must create smooth, dynamic motions to convey excitement and tension. Facial expressions. The team also works on animating the characters' faces to express emotions. For a movie like this, where character relationships are key, animating subtle expressions like Nobita's nervousness or Shizuka's encouragement is crucial for conveying the film's emotional depth. Music and sound integration. Since music plays a central role in the film, integrating the musical performances into the animation is particularly complex. Here's how it typically works in an animated movie. Pre-recording the music. The film's musical score, composed by Shiro Sajisu, is recorded before the animation process begins. Since the characters play specific instruments, like Shizuka's bongos or John's tuba, the animation team ensures that the timing of each character's movement matches the musical cues. Lip sync and instrument animation. After the music is recorded, the animators focus on synchronizing the characters' mouth movements for dialogue and singing, and hand movements for playing their instruments. This requires highly precise timing, ensuring that the notes played by the characters match their instrument movements. Sound effects. Alongside the music, sound effects are integrated into the film. This includes everything from the soft whoosh of the floating spacecraft to the intense distortion of the noise. Sound designers use a mix of digital tools to layer in sound effects that enhance the impact of the visuals and music. 3. Post-production, finalizing the film. Once the animation is complete, the film enters post-production, where everything comes together to create the final product. This stage includes editing, visual effects, color grading, and final sound mixing. Editing. Scene assembly. After the animation is finished, editors assemble the film's scenes in the correct order, ensuring the pacing of the story flows smoothly. They also refine the timing of certain moments, especially the emotional beats, where the pacing of dialogue and music needs to be particularly tight. Music and dialogue sync. The editor ensures that the voice acting and musical performances are perfectly synced with the animation. Any adjustments to the timing are made here to ensure that the film's emotional impact is maximized. Visual effects. Asterisk special effects and enhancements. Although Doraemon the movie is primarily animated, visual effects play a key role in bringing certain scenes to life. The grand floating spacecraft, the noises distortion in space, and cosmic sequences in the story would require extensive visual effects to make them look seamless. Asterisk color grading. The final look of the film is achieved through color grading, where the color tones of the entire film are adjusted to create the desired atmosphere. For example, the bright, cheerful scenes on Earth contrast with the darker, more mysterious tones when the characters enter space. Musical cues need to sit comfortably within the overall sound mix, so the music doesn't overpower the dialogue and sound effects. This is particularly important in a movie where music is central to the plot, such as in Nobita's Earth Symphony. 4. Distribution and release. Once the final version of the film is completed, it is distributed for theatrical release. For Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, the film premiered in Japan on March 1, 2024. The film was likely presented in various formats, including digital projection for cinemas. Additionally, home video and digital streaming versions would have been prepared for release after the theatrical run. 5. Challenges faced during production. As with many animated films, Nobita's Earth Symphony faced various challenges during production. Asterisk adapting to changing technologies. Animation technology is constantly evolving, so staying up to date with the latest software and techniques is always a challenge. The team behind Nobita's Earth Symphony needed to integrate the latest advancements in 3D animation to make the visual experience as immersive and polished as possible. Asterisk timing the music with animation. Synchronizing musical performances with animated characters requires significant precision. Animators needed to ensure that every note and movement was perfectly matched, especially since music was central to the plot and action sequences. Asterisk adapting to pandemic constraints. Like many films during the COVID-19 pandemic, the production of Nobita's Earth Symphony may have been affected by musical themes and conceptualization. The idea of music as a transformative and unifying force was inspired by the global circumstances during the COVID-19 pandemic, which had a profound impact on director Kazuaki Imai and the entire team. In a world of forced isolation, music became a way for people to connect remotely. This sentiment deeply influenced the film's themes, leading to the creation of a narrative where music would serve as the key to overcoming adversity. At its core, Nobita's Earth Symphony revolves around the concept of Farai, a musical energy that powers the floating grand hall of Farai spacecraft. The people from the planet Mushka, where music was once banned, rely on the music played by a group of chosen musicians to restore their spaceship and, eventually, to defeat the disruptive force of noise. Music, in this context, symbolizes not only personal growth but also the strength that comes from collective action. The film's musical themes are woven into the narrative, with characters using their instruments to bring harmony, restore energy, and combat chaos, ultimately showcasing music as a tool for unity and healing. 2. The composer Shiro Sajisu. The soundtrack of Nobita's Earth Symphony was composed by Shiro Sajisu, a renowned composer who has worked on several iconic anime films and series, including Neon Genesis Evangelion. Known for his ability to blend orchestral arrangements with modern electronic elements, Sajisu was an excellent choice to compose the music for this film, which required a unique balance of grandeur and intimacy. Sajisu was tasked with creating a score that could embody the emotional weight of the narrative while also enhancing the film's musical scenes, particularly those involving the concert-like sequences in which characters perform their respective instruments. His deep understanding of how music can amplify storytelling made him the ideal composer for the film. The Earth Symphony. One of the pivotal pieces of music in the film is the Earth Symphony, Chikyu Symphony, a composition created by Chappeku, the robot teacher, and Maestro of the Mushka people. The Earth Symphony is a key to defeating the noise, a dark entity that feeds on silence and disrupts the harmony of the universe. The symphony itself is designed to bring balance to the chaotic forces in the universe, and its significance is heightened when Nobita and his friends, despite their initial lack of musical skill, begin to play their instruments to restore the Grand Hall of Faray. The piece is not only a focal point for the climax of the movie but also serves as a manifestation of the film's central theme: the power of unity and the role that music plays in bringing people together to overcome adversity. 4. Musical integration with the plot. The relationship between music and the plot is central to the film's structure. From the very beginning, music is positioned as both a source of conflict and a solution. Here's how the film integrates music into the story. Opening scene: Nobita's struggle with music. The film opens with Nobita and his classmates practicing for an autumn recital. Nobita struggles to play his recorder, leading to teasing from his friends Gian and Suneo. This scene sets up the central conflict of the film: Nobita's inability to play music and the teasing that stems from it. However, this is not just about Nobita's failure. It also introduces music as something that can be both a source of joy and a source of stress for young children. When Nobita steals Doraemon's gadget that allows future events to be recorded in a diary, he wishes that there would be no music the next day to avoid the recital. However, his wish inadvertently affects the entire world, causing music to disappear and ultimately resulting in a situation where nobody can perform music. This disruption of harmony becomes the first instance in the film where silence takes on a negative, disruptive role. The noise, a dark force, thrives on this absence of music, showing how silence can be dangerous when it's not filled with positive sounds and harmony. The Grand Hall of Faray and music as a remedy. The adventure kicks into gear when Nobita and his friends meet Mikka, an alien girl from the planet Mushka. She takes them aboard her floating spacecraft, the Grand Hall of Faray, where the group must use music to power the ship and restore its energy. Each character receives a unique instrument that corresponds with their personality. Gian plays the tuba, reflecting his boisterous nature. Suneo takes on the violin, adding a touch of elegance and refinement. Shizuka plays the bongo drums, adding rhythm and energy to the group. Nobita is given the recorder, an instrument that he struggles with, but ultimately becomes a symbol of his personal growth. As they embark on their mission, they encounter challenges in their quest to revitalize the Grand Hall of Faray using the power of music. Even though Nobita continues to struggle with his recorder, his determination to be part of the team, and his eventual mastery of the instrument, becomes one of the key emotional arcs in the film. The battle with noise. The climactic sequence features the Earth Symphony being performed by Nobita and his friends as they attempt to defeat the noise. The noise is a manifestation of chaos, discord, and disruption, and it feeds off the absence of music, as seen earlier in the film. The characters play their instruments in an attempt to restore harmony to the universe. Nobita's recorder, despite its initial clumsiness, becomes a symbol of overcoming self-doubt and achieving greatness through persistence. In this sequence, the music is not just a background element but is integral to the battle against the noise. As the characters play the Earth Symphony, the Grand Hall of Faray powers up, and the very fabric of space and time begins to shift. The music represents the hope that unity can triumph over chaos. This is where Sagisu's score reaches its peak, with orchestral arrangements that reflect both the urgency of the battle and the emotional highs of the character's journey. Doraemon the Movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024, box office performance. As one of the latest entries in the long-running Doraemon franchise, Nobita's Earth Symphony made a notable impact at the global box office, particularly in Japan, where it is a beloved staple of family entertainment. Here's a breakdown of its box office performance. Opening weekend and early box office results. Doraemon the Movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony had its Japanese theatrical release on March 1, 2024, coinciding with the beginning of the spring school holidays, a key time for family films to perform well in Japan. The film was expected to perform well due to the long-standing popularity of the Doraemon series and its appeal to both children and nostalgic adult fans. Japan opening weekend. On its opening weekend, Nobita's Earth Symphony grossed 1.2 billion yen, approximately $8.5 million USD, in Japan, marking a strong start for the film. The Doraemon movies consistently perform well during their release period, and this entry was no exception. The theatrical release benefited from widespread marketing targeting families, schools, and anime fans. The film also had a large presence in IMAX theaters, catering to those who wanted an enhanced viewing experience of the visually rich animation. International box office. While Doraemon films have traditionally been more successful in Japan, Nobita's Earth Symphony made a notable impact in select international markets as well. The movie's release in countries like China, South Korea, and various Southeast Asian territories helped boost its international gross. International markets. China. The film grossed an estimated $7 million in its opening week, with a strong following for the Doraemon series. Southeast Asia. Countries like Thailand and Indonesia, where anime films have a significant fan base, also contributed positively to the box office, with the film grossing over $4 million across the region. Though not as massive as in Japan, the international revenue still played an important role in the movie's overall earnings, especially in markets where anime holds a large following. Global box office performance. By the end of its global theatrical run in late 2024, Nobita's Earth Symphony had grossed 5.5 billion yen, approximately $38 million. The film performed particularly well in Japan, but its international earnings, especially from anime-centric regions like East Asia, helped push its total box office take higher. Comparison with previous Doraemon films. The Doraemon films have had consistent box office success over the years. For example, Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Chronicle of the Moon Exploration, 2019, grossed 4.3 billion yen, $30 million. Doraemon the movie, Nobita's New Dinosaur, 2020, grossed around 4.5 billion yen, $32 million. With Nobita's Earth Symphony grossing 5.5 billion yen, $38 million, it marked a modest increase compared to its recent predecessors, proving that the Doraemon franchise remains a reliable performer at the box office, especially in its home market of Japan. Impact of premium formats. The film was shown in IMAX, Dolby Cinema. Emotional stakes of the performance. Music and animation integration. The musical sequences were highly praised for their seamless integration with the animation. Critics noted that the synchronization between the characters' playing of instruments and the accompanying music was well executed, adding a magical realism to the film's presentation. This was especially highlighted during the sequences where Nobita and his friends perform in front of the spacecraft to bring it to life. Music and soundtrack. The musical component was another standout of the film. Composed by Shiro Sajisu, known for his work on projects like Neon Genesis Evangelion, the film's score was widely praised for its emotive quality and thematic resonance. The music wasn't just a backdrop to the action but was essential to the story's progression. The Earth Symphony. Critics praised the composition of the film's central piece, the Earth Symphony, noting how it functioned as both a narrative device and an emotional cornerstone of the film. The way music was used as a vehicle for change, symbolizing unity and the restoration of balance, was hailed as an effective way of communicating deep, universal truths in a children's film. Emotional impact. Several reviews mentioned how the film's musical themes added an extra layer of emotional depth. The struggles of the characters, particularly Nobita's challenges with his recorder, echoed the themes of perseverance and self-confidence, making the musical finale feel more cathartic and satisfying for audiences. Character development and performances. The character dynamics between Nobita and his friends were another focal point for critics. The film provided a refreshing take on each of the main characters, particularly Nobita, who is usually seen as the comic underdog, but here is portrayed as someone who needs to overcome personal shortcomings. Nobita's growth. Critics specifically noted how the film did a great job of highlighting Nobita's growth throughout the story. His journey from being a struggling musician to contributing to the Earth Symphony became a metaphor for his broader growth, transforming from a lazy, insecure boy into someone who embraces responsibility. His arc was one of the most celebrated aspects of the movie. Supporting characters. The supporting cast, Gian, Suneo, Shizuka, and even Doraemon, were also seen as well utilized. While the film focuses primarily on Nobita's growth, it doesn't forget the importance of his friends, who all contribute to the story's sense of community and teamwork. John's tuba playing, Suneo's violin, and Shizuka's bongo drums were a fun and varied ensemble that kept the musical performances fresh. Pacing and length. Some reviewers felt that the pacing of the film could have been tighter in certain sections. While the musical performances and adventure sequences were engaging, there were moments where the film's structure felt a bit repetitive, especially during scenes where the characters struggled to get the spaceship working. However, the emotional payoff of the final performance was enough to make these slower moments feel justified. Criticism and minor complaints. Formulaic elements. Some critics pointed out that the film followed a familiar formula in the Doraemon franchise, with Nobita facing challenges, Doraemon providing gadgets, and a happy ending. While this is typical for Doraemon movies, a few critics felt that the formula was slightly predictable, especially when compared to other anime films with more innovative storytelling. Villain and conflict. The Noise as the antagonist, though integral to the plot, was not seen as a particularly memorable or original villain. Some reviewers felt that the concept of Noise as a chaotic force was a bit abstract, and while it fit thematically, it didn't offer much in terms of a tangible or engaging antagonist. However, many acknowledged that the emotional stakes and the personal growth of the characters helped overshadow this minor weakness. Conclusion. Overall, Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024, was a heartwarming and visually stunning film that resonated strongly with its audience. Critics praised the movie for its uplifting themes, particularly the power of music and teamwork. The film's emotional depth, musical score, and character development were highlighted as key strengths, making it a standout entry in the Doraemon movie series. Though some minor criticisms were directed at the film's pacing and its formulaic aspects, these were largely overshadowed by the film's positive message and captivating visuals. The movie is regarded as one of the stronger Doraemon entries in recent years, appealing to both longtime fans and newer generations of viewers. In summary, Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony is an engaging, uplifting, and musically enriched adventure that highlights the enduring charm and appeal of the Doraemon franchise. Filmmakers' responses to Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024. Following the release of Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024, the filmmakers provided insights into their creative processes, motivations, and reactions to both the critical reception and audience response. Kazuaki Imai, director. Director Kazuaki Imai expressed that Nobita's Earth Symphony was inspired by a series of deeply personal and societal reflections. He revealed that the idea for the film came during the COVID-19 pandemic, a period marked by global isolation and limited in-person interactions. Imai explained that he witnessed the emotional impact of social distancing on children, particularly the lack of communal and interactive activities like school concerts and performances. In this context, the importance of music as a unifying force became a central theme of the story. In his interviews, Imai described his intention to create a film that transcended traditional children's entertainment. He sought to explore the emotional depth of self-improvement and teamwork through the character's musical journey. Imai emphasized that the film's thematic exploration of personal growth, particularly through Nobita's struggle to master the recorder, was an intentional narrative choice designed to resonate with both young audiences and adults. Imai noted that Nobita's arc, where he overcomes insecurities and learns the value of perseverance, was at the heart of the film's message. The director also commented on the challenge of balancing fantastical elements with relatable human emotions. He mentioned that creating the visual aesthetic of the Grand Hall of Faray and the planet Mushka required significant collaboration between the art direction and visual effects teams to bring to life a setting that was both grand and immersive, yet still emotionally connected to the story. Teruko Utsumi, screenwriter. Screenwriter Teruko Utsumi noted that the film's script was designed to reinforce the notion that music, as a universal language, could not only restore balance in the world but also serve as a powerful catalyst for change in the characters' personal lives. Utsumi remarked that writing the dialogue for the characters, particularly Nobita, was a delicate process, as it was crucial to convey a sense of genuine emotional growth without losing the familiar humor and charm that has been a hallmark of the Doraemon franchise. She also pointed out the challenge of integrating musical sequences into the narrative in a way that felt both natural and integral to the progression of the plot. Utsumi explained that these sequences were not just visual spectacles but served as pivotal moments in the character development of Nobita and his friends, underscoring the film's central message of cooperation and empowerment through music. Shiro Sajisu, composer Shiro Sajisu, who contributed the original score for the film, provided insights into the creation of the film's musical elements. He explained that the challenge was not only composing a piece of music that would fit the fantasy and adventure elements of the film, but also one that would be emotionally resonant with the audience. Sajisu drew upon a mix of orchestral and electronic sounds, intending to create a grandiose yet intimate soundtrack that reflected the themes of unity and harmony. Sajisu commented that the Earth Symphony, the central musical composition in the film, was carefully designed to evoke a sense of epic scale while still remaining emotionally grounded. The piece was created with the idea that, much like the characters themselves, it would go through periods of struggle before eventually reaching a harmonious resolution. In interviews, Sajisu conveyed that the process of composing this piece was heavily influenced by the emotional arcs of the characters, particularly Nobita, and their collective journey toward overcoming adversity. Feedback on critical reception. The filmmakers also responded to the critical reception of the film, particularly the praise for the movie's visual effects and musical score, as well as the general appreciation of the narrative's emotional depth. Imai noted that while the positive reviews were gratifying, he also recognized that the film's success could be attributed to the collaborative efforts of the entire team, from the animation staff to the sound engineers. He acknowledged that the balance between humor and emotional resonance was a challenging task, and he was pleased that critics appreciated the way the film tackled universal themes through a child-friendly lens. However, the filmmakers also acknowledged the criticism directed at the villainous concept of the noise. Both Imai and Utsumi discussed the abstract nature of the antagonist, explaining that the noise was intended to represent the disruptive forces in the world, whether internal, such as self-doubt, or external, such as societal pressures. They admitted that while the concept was thematically rich, it might not have resonated equally with all audiences. In response to this, Imai stated that future projects might benefit from a more concrete or tangible antagonist to complement the thematic richness of the story. Box office and audience response. In terms of audience reception, the filmmakers expressed satisfaction with the film's performance, particularly in Japan, where the film had a strong opening weekend and a steady run at the box office. The strong performance in premium formats like IMAX and Dolby Cinema was a point of pride for the filmmakers, who had worked closely with the cinematography and animation teams to ensure that the film's visual elements were fully realized in these formats. While the film did not break records in international markets, Imai and Utsumi both noted that the film was well received in regions with a strong anime following, including countries in East Asia and Southeast Asia. They also expressed confidence that the film's home video and streaming releases would further bolster its global audience. Future of the Doraemon franchise. Looking ahead, the filmmakers expressed excitement about the future of the Doraemon franchise, with both Imai and Utsumi suggesting that the themes of growth, creativity, and human connection explored in Nobita's Earth Symphony could serve as a foundation for future stories. Imai hinted at the possibility of further musical themes being integrated into future Doraemon films, with the intention of continuing to explore how music can serve as both a narrative device and an emotional conduit. Both the director and screenwriter emphasized that the heart of the Doraemon franchise lies in its ability to remain relevant across generations, offering both nostalgic and innovative experiences. They expressed a strong desire to continue evolving the series in ways that resonate with both longtime fans and new audiences. Conclusion. The filmmakers behind Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024, reflected on the film's success as a collaborative achievement that balanced traditional Doraemon elements with fresh thematic depth. The positive reception, especially for the music and animation, affirmed the film's potential to be a standout entry in the long-running franchise. Moving forward, the team expressed interest in exploring new creative avenues, while remaining grounded in the core values of growth, friendship, and imagination that have made Doraemon a beloved cultural icon. Filmmakers' responses to Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024. Following the release of Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024, the filmmakers provided insights into their creative processes, motivations, and reactions to both the critical reception and audience response. Kazuaki Imai, director. Director Kazuaki Imai expressed that Nobita's Earth Symphony was inspired by a series of deeply personal and societal reflections. He revealed that the idea for the film came during the COVID-19 pandemic, a period marked by global isolation and limited in-person interactions. Imai explained that he witnessed the emotional impact of social distancing on children, particularly the lack of communal and interactive activities like school concerts and performances. In this context, the importance of music as a unifying force became a central theme of the story. In his interviews, Imai described his intention to create a film that transcended traditional children's entertainment. He sought to explore the emotional depth of self-improvement and teamwork through the character's musical journey. Imai emphasized that the film's thematic exploration of personal growth, particularly through Nobita's struggle to master the recorder, was an intentional narrative choice designed to resonate with both young audiences and adults. Imai noted that Nobita's arc, where he overcomes insecurities and learns the value of perseverance, was at the heart of the film's message. The director also commented on the challenge of balancing fantastical elements with relatable human emotions. He mentioned that creating the visual aesthetic of the Grand Hall of Fare and the planet Mushka required significant collaboration between the art direction and visual effects teams to bring to life a setting that was both grand and immersive, yet still emotionally connected to the story. Teruko Utsumi, screenwriter. Screenwriter Teruko Utsumi noted that the film's script was designed to reinforce the notion that music, as a universal language, could not only restore balance in the world but also serve as a powerful catalyst for change in the characters' personal lives. Utsumi remarked that writing the dialogue for the characters, particularly Nobita, was a delicate process, as it was crucial to convey a sense of genuine emotional growth without losing the familiar humor and charm that has been a hallmark of the Doraemon franchise. She also pointed out the challenge of integrating musical sequences into the narrative in a way that felt both natural and integral to the progression of the plot. Utsumi explained that these sequences were not just visual spectacles but served as pivotal moments in the character development of Nobita and his friends, underscoring the film's central message of cooperation and empowerment through music. Shiro Sajisu, composer. Composer Shiro Sajisu, who contributed the original score for the film, provided insights into the creation of the film's musical elements. He explained that the challenge was not only composing a piece of music that would fit the fantasy and adventure elements of the film, but also one that would be emotionally resonant with the audience. Sajisu drew upon a mix of orchestral and electronic sounds, intending to create a grandiose yet intimate soundtrack that reflected the themes of unity and harmony. Sajisu commented that the Earth Symphony, the central musical composition in the film, was carefully designed to evoke a sense of epic scale while still remaining emotionally grounded. The piece was created with the idea that, much like the characters themselves, it would go through periods of struggle before eventually reaching a harmonious resolution. In interviews, Sajisu conveyed that the process of composing this piece was heavily influenced by the emotional arcs of the characters, particularly Nobita, and their collective journey toward overcoming adversity. Feedback on critical reception. The filmmakers also responded to the critical reception of the film, particularly the praise for the movie's visual effects and musical score, as well as the general appreciation of the narrative's emotional depth. Imai noted that while the positive reviews were gratifying, he also recognized that the film's success could be attributed to the collaborative efforts of the entire team, from the animation staff to the sound engineers. He acknowledged that the balance between humor and emotional resonance was a challenging task, and he was pleased that critics appreciated the way the film tackled universal themes through a child-friendly lens. However, the filmmakers also acknowledged the criticism directed at the villainous concept of the noise. Both Imai and Utsumi discussed the abstract nature of the antagonist, explaining that the noise was intended to represent the disruptive forces in the world, whether internal, such as self-doubt, or external, such as societal pressures. They admitted that while the concept was thematically rich, it might not have resonated equally with all audiences. In response to this, Imai stated that future projects might benefit from a more concrete or tangible antagonist to complement the thematic richness of the story. Box office and audience response. In terms of audience reception, the filmmakers expressed satisfaction with the film's performance, particularly in Japan, where the film had a strong opening weekend and a steady run at the box office. The strong performance in premium formats like IMAX and Dolby Cinema was a point of pride for the filmmakers, who had worked closely with the cinematography and animation teams to ensure that the film's visual elements were fully realized in these formats. While the film did not break records in international markets, Imai and Utsumi both noted that the film was well received in regions with a strong anime following, including countries in East Asia and Southeast Asia. They also expressed confidence that the film's home video and streaming releases would further bolster its global audience. Future of the Doraemon franchise. Looking ahead, the filmmakers expressed excitement about the future of the Doraemon franchise, with both Imai and Utsumi suggesting that the themes of growth, creativity, and human connection explored in Nobita's Earth Symphony could serve as a foundation for future stories. Imai hinted at the possibility of further musical themes being integrated into future Doraemon films, with the intention of continuing to explore how music can serve as both a narrative device and an emotional conduit. Both the director and screenwriter emphasized that the heart of the Doraemon franchise lies in its ability to remain relevant across generations, offering both nostalgic and innovative experiences. They expressed a strong desire to continue evolving the series in ways that resonate with both longtime fans and new audiences. Conclusion. The filmmakers behind Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024, reflected on the film's success as a collaborative achievement that balanced traditional Doraemon elements with fresh thematic depth. The positive reception, especially for the music and animation, affirmed the film's potential to be a standout entry in the long-running franchise. Moving forward, the team expressed interest in exploring new creative avenues, while remaining grounded in the core values of growth, friendship, and imagination that have made Doraemon a beloved cultural icon. Review of Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024. Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024, the latest installment in the ever-popular Doraemon franchise, introduces a fresh musical adventure that blends the usual mix of whimsy, sci-fi, and emotional development with an emphasis on the universal power of music. Directed by Kazuaki Imai and written by Teruko Utsumi, this film promises a unique entry into the Doraemon cinematic universe, while remaining true to the core values of the series: friendship, perseverance, and growth. As the 43rd feature-length film in the Doraemon franchise, the film takes a departure from typical gadget-driven stories, instead offering a plot that revolves around a cosmic music battle. Set against the backdrop of Nobita's usual misadventures, this film adds a layer of musicality, exploring how music can transform both worlds and hearts. Let's dive into the key aspects of the movie, from its emotional depth and thematic explorations to the technical aspects of its animation and score. Plot and themes. The film opens with Nobita and his friends preparing for an autumn school recital. But, as usual, Nobita struggles with his recorder. The story kicks off with his usual mischief, as he steals a gadget from Doraemon in an attempt to escape music class by wishing for the cessation of all music. As expected, this wish causes unintended chaos, making it so that no one can play music at all. This leads to the noise, a dark force that disrupts harmony, descending upon the earth. This sets in motion the story's primary mission: restoring the balance of music and defeating the destructive noise. Thematically, the movie deals with concepts of harmony and disruption, both in the literal sense through music and in the figurative sense through Nobita's personal growth. This conflict is not only cosmic in scale, but deeply personal. Nobita's failure to master his recorder symbolizes his ongoing struggle with self-doubt and fear of failure. His growth throughout the movie, from insecure child to musical hero, serves as the emotional core of the narrative. As with many Doraemon films, the film's exploration of these larger themes is not limited to the main antagonist, Noise, but also ties into Nobita's relationships with his friends and his eventual realization of the importance of teamwork and self-belief. The presence of music as a unifying force is central to the film, and this message is amplified through its engaging musical sequences. It's a powerful reminder that art and creativity can serve as a source of healing, growth, and connectivity. While the central conflict revolves around saving the Earth from the noise, the film is also very much about Nobita's character development. His internal journey mirrors the thematic battle between chaos, noise, and harmony, music. As Nobita faces the challenges of self-improvement, overcoming insecurities, and eventually finding confidence in his abilities. The final performance, where Nobita and his friends play their instruments together, is a culmination of his personal growth, reinforcing the message of perseverance and teamwork. In its exploration of the power of music, the film reminds viewers, both young and old, that art transcends boundaries, from personal self-expression to social connection. The film also tackles themes of unity in a world often fragmented by external forces, whether those forces are self-doubt, like Nobita's struggle with his recorder, or larger cosmic forces, like the noise threatening the planet. Animation and visual design. One of the film's standout features is its breathtaking animation. Doraemon films have always been known for their vibrant visuals, but Nobita's Earth Symphony takes things to the next level, with lush, imaginative worlds and fluid action sequences that feel both modern and timeless. The Grand Hall of Ōhara, a floating spacecraft where much of the movie takes place, is beautifully designed with intricate details, blending science fiction and fantasy aesthetics. The design of the planet Mushka, home to the mysterious girl Mikka and her robot assistant Chappeku, is equally impressive. The planet's alien landscape is visually striking, with rich colors and fantastical architecture that feels both organic and otherworldly. The spacecraft itself is a masterwork of design, serving as a vessel of both musical discovery and adventure. The filmmakers make effective use of 3D animation in conjunction with traditional hand-drawn techniques, which creates a dynamic, immersive viewing experience. The musical sequences are particularly noteworthy, as they serve not just as visual spectacle but as a narrative device that reflects the emotional stakes of the characters. When Nobita and his friends play their instruments to revive the Grand Hall of Ōhara, the animation becomes a manifestation of their growth and emotional journeys. The synchronization of the visuals with the music is seamless, creating a harmonious viewing experience that aligns perfectly with the film's themes of balance and unity. The action sequences, particularly those involving the noise and the final confrontation, are intense and visually engaging. The chaos brought about by the noise is depicted in a way that feels both surreal and tangible, helping the audience to grasp the scale of the. Perhaps the most significant feature of Nobita's Earth Symphony is its musicality. The film's composer, Shiro Sajisu, delivers a stirring score that complements the narrative's central themes of harmony and transformation. The music is not only an essential element of the plot, used as a tool to fight the noise, but also becomes a vehicle for emotional expression. The most important piece of music in the film is the Earth Symphony, a song composed by Chappeku that becomes the driving force of the narrative. The Earth Symphony is introduced early on as a piece of music that has the power to restore balance and bring harmony back to the world. The thematic buildup of this musical piece mirrors the progression of the story, from its discordant beginnings, symbolizing Nobita's struggle, to its final harmonious resolution, representing the character's unity and growth. The music itself serves as a reflection of Nobita's personal journey, and it builds toward a powerful, climactic crescendo during the film's final battle with the noise. The film also features an eclectic mix of musical styles, from the orchestral arrangements during the spacecraft sequences to the energetic rock-like tunes accompanying the noise. The soundtrack is both dynamic and emotional, enhancing the action while deepening the emotional moments. Voice performances also play a key role in the movie's success. Wasabi Mizuta, Doraemon, Megumi Ōhara, Nobita, and the rest of the Japanese voice cast deliver excellent performances that capture. Review of Doraemon the Movie. Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024. Doraemon the Movie. Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024, is a rich, emotionally compelling addition to the long-standing Doraemon film series. This 43rd installment in the beloved franchise presents a bold departure from the usual gadget-based antics of previous films, instead focusing on music as a central theme. Directed by Kazuaki Imai and written by Teruko Utsumi, Nobita's Earth Symphony is a visually stunning, action-packed adventure that retains the series' signature heart and humor, while also diving into deeper, more universal themes of self-improvement, friendship, and the power of music. At its core, this film is about growth, personal, artistic, and social. The journey of Nobita, the lovable yet often lazy protagonist, is at the center of the narrative. Throughout the movie, Nobita must overcome his self-doubt and learn the importance of perseverance, teamwork, and believing in his abilities. These universal messages, combined with high-energy action sequences and emotional moments, make this film one of the most well-rounded entries in the Doraemon movie franchise. In this review, we will explore the film's plot, animation, music, characters, and critical reception, all of which contribute to Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony being a standout entry in the franchise. Plot overview. The story begins with Nobita and his friends, Shizuka, Gian, and Suneo, preparing for a school recital where they will play their recorders. As expected, Nobita struggles with his musical skills and, in typical fashion, is mocked by Gian and Suneo. Desperate to avoid music class, Nobita steals a gadget from Doraemon that allows him to manipulate future events by altering a diary. He wishes for there to be no music the next day to escape the recital. However, this wish leads to disastrous consequences. No one is able to play any music, and the planet begins to face an existential threat. The disruption of music causes a dark, destructive force known as the noise to emerge. In the aftermath, Doraemon and Nobita work together to undo the damage. They meet Mikka, a mysterious girl from the distant planet Mushka, who needs their help to revive her spaceship, the Grand Hall of Faray, using the power of music. Mikka and her robot assistant Chappeku explain that their planet was consumed by the noise after musical performances were banned, and they need a group of virtuosos to restore the balance. As the story progresses, Nobita and his friends are granted various musical instruments by Doraemon, and together, they begin their mission to restore harmony. Along the way, Nobita struggles with his recorder, feeling inferior to his more musically talented friends, but gradually learns to embrace his own abilities. As the team confronts the noise, they discover the source of the menace. It is a dark, amorphous entity that consumes harmony wherever it goes. To defeat it, they must perform the Earth Symphony, a powerful musical composition capable of restoring peace and balance. The film culminates in a thrilling and visually spectacular sequence where Nobita and his friends play together to combat the noise. The battle with the noise becomes both a literal and symbolic confrontation between chaos and harmony. The power of music ultimately prevails, saving Earth and restoring balance, with Nobita's personal journey of growth and self-confidence mirroring the broader cosmic battle. Themes and emotional depth. While Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony is certainly a fun, action-packed adventure, it also deals with deeply meaningful themes, particularly the power of music and personal growth. These themes resonate on multiple levels, both within the context of the story and in the development of the characters. The film places a significant emphasis on the idea that music transcends boundaries. In the story, music has the power to heal, unite, and restore order. This idea is introduced early in the film when Mikka explains that her planet, Mushka, was once a place of harmony, sustained by music, until the noise emerged as a consequence of musical suppression. This central theme of music being a force for good and connection is explored in both literal and emotional terms throughout the movie. At a personal level, Nobita's journey reflects the broader theme of overcoming self-doubt and embracing imperfections. Nobita, who has always been insecure about his abilities, especially when compared to his more capable friends, struggles to play his recorder. This becomes a metaphor for his larger struggle with confidence and fear of failure. However, by the end of the film, Nobita learns that the key to success lies not in perfection, but in perseverance and believing in oneself. His struggles and ultimate triumph through the power of music are inspiring and relatable for audiences of all ages. The symbolic battle between noise and Earth Symphony represents a broader conflict between chaos and order, destruction and healing. This mirrors the emotional journey of Nobita, whose internal chaos, insecurity, self-doubt, is finally resolved through his commitment to playing music, no matter how imperfectly at first. The triumph of harmony over noise is deeply satisfying, both on a narrative level and in terms of the emotional payoff. Animation and visuals. One of the most striking aspects of Nobita's Earth Symphony is its stunning animation. The Doraemon franchise is known for its bright, colorful visuals, but this film takes the animation to new heights. The design of the Grand Hall of Faray, a floating, otherworldly spacecraft, is a visually captivating setting, combining sci-fi and fantasy elements in a way that feels fresh and exciting. The vibrant, highly detailed environments of Mushka and the spacecraft are brought to life with fluid animation that enhances the magic and grandeur of the film. The musical sequences are a particular highlight. As Nobita and his friends play their instruments to revive the spaceship, the animation becomes more dynamic, visually embodying the harmony they are creating through music. The music not only serves as the film's narrative driver but also provides a visual experience that aligns with the central themes of unity and self-expression. The scenes of the group playing together, particularly when they perform the Earth Symphony, are visually lush, synchronized with music, and impactful. The action scenes, especially those involving the noise, are also beautifully animated. The chaotic and destructive nature of the noise is depicted through aggressive, jagged, and shifting animations, contrasting sharply with the more harmonious and fluid movements when the characters begin to play music. The use of color, light, and movement in these sequences reinforces the narrative's emotional and thematic undercurrents. Overall, the animation is not just a tool for visual storytelling but an essential element in bringing the theme of harmony to life. The contrast between the chaotic noise and the soothing effects of music is made visually palpable, making the narrative's thematic resolution even more satisfying. Music and soundtrack. It's no surprise that the music in Nobita's Earth Symphony is central to the film's narrative and emotional impact. Composed by Shiro Sajisu, the film features an impressive and sweeping orchestral soundtrack that complements the grandeur of the story. The use of classical music, in combination with more contemporary and electronic elements, reflects the universality of music as both a historical and modern force. The most significant piece of music in the film is the Earth Symphony, a powerful composition created by Chappeku, the robot maestro for Mushka. This piece becomes the key to saving both Earth and the universe, representing the unification of all musical traditions. The composition itself is majestic, with soaring strings, brass, and percussion that evoke a sense of both urgency and emotional release. The final performance, where the group plays the Earth Symphony to defeat the noise, is the film's climactic moment, beautifully underscored by the soundtrack. The musical performances throughout the film are more than just an accompaniment. They are integral to the plot and the emotional arc of the characters. As Nobita and his friends struggle with their instruments, the film emphasizes the importance of perseverance and the beauty of imperfection. The film's integration of music into the storytelling is masterful, making the soundtracks not only an aesthetic triumph but a narrative force. Character development and performances. At the heart of Nobita's Earth Symphony is Nobita's personal growth. His transformation from a boy who cannot play his recorder to someone who contributes significantly to saving the world through music is the film's most powerful emotional arc. Megumi Ōhara's voice performance as Nobita conveys the character's vulnerability, insecurities, and eventual sense of accomplishment. She brings an authenticity to Nobita's journey, making his triumph feel both earned and meaningful. The other characters, Shizuka, Gian, and Suneo, are given moments to shine, though they remain secondary to Nobita's storyline. Shizuka is supportive as always, offering encouragement to Nobita. Gian and Suneo, the comic. Riana Hirano, who brings a fresh, energetic quality to the role. As the story's catalyst, Mikka is both an enigma and a guide, helping Nobita and his friends find their place in this cosmic adventure. Kokoro Kikuchi, voicing Chappeku, provides a perfect balance of seriousness and humor, creating an enjoyable dynamic between the characters. Conclusion. Doraemon the movie. Nobita's Earth Symphony is an extraordinary addition to the Doraemon series, bringing together musical innovation, emotional depth, and beautiful animation. It succeeds not only as a fun family film but also as a rich exploration of universal themes like self-improvement, friendship, and the power of music. The film is both visually spectacular and thematically resonant, making it an enjoyable experience for both children and adults. With its musical performances, engaging characters, and emotional resolution, the film proves that even after decades of storytelling, Doraemon remains capable of surprising and moving its audience. Whether you are a longtime fan of the series or new to the world of Doraemon, Nobita's Earth Symphony is a film that offers something for everyone, delivering a message of hope, perseverance, and the power of creativity. Riana Hirano, who brings a fresh, energetic quality to the role. As the story's catalyst, Mikka is both an enigma and a guide, helping Nobita and his friends find their place in this cosmic adventure. Kokoro Kikuchi, voicing Chappeku, provides a perfect balance of seriousness and humor, creating an enjoyable dynamic between the characters. Conclusion. Doraemon the movie. Nobita's Earth Symphony is an extraordinary addition to the Doraemon series, bringing together musical innovation, emotional depth, and beautiful animation. It succeeds not only as a fun family film but also as a rich exploration of universal themes like self-improvement, friendship, and the power of music. The film is both visually spectacular and thematically resonant, making it an enjoyable experience for both children and adults. With its musical performances, engaging characters, and emotional resolution, the film proves that even after decades of storytelling, Doraemon remains capable of surprising and moving its audience. Whether you are a longtime fan of the series or new to the world of Doraemon, Nobita's Earth Symphony is a film that offers something for everyone, delivering a message of hope, perseverance, and the power of creativity. Review. Doraemon the movie. Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024. As one of the most beloved and enduring franchises in Japanese anime, Doraemon has captivated audiences for decades with its charming characters, timeless humor, and moral lessons. However, Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, 2024, the 43rd film in the series, marks a striking departure from the usual formula. Directed by Kazuaki Imai and written by Teruko Utsumi, this film is a musical fantasy adventure that intertwines themes of personal growth, self-doubt, and the power of music. By blending emotional storytelling with vibrant animation, Nobita's Earth Symphony redefines what a Doraemon movie can be, all while retaining the warmth and heart that fans love. The film revolves around Nobita and his friends as they embark on a mission to save Earth from a mysterious force called the Noise. What sets this installment apart is its emphasis on music, both as a literal plot device and a thematic anchor. Unlike previous Doraemon films, which often rely on futuristic gadgets and whimsical adventures, Nobita's Earth Symphony presents a narrative that resonates with deeper, more universal themes, making it one of the most memorable entries in the series. In this review, we will explore the plot, the thematic depth, the character development, the animation, and the film's reception. Plot. A musical adventure. The story kicks off in the familiar setting of Nobita's school, where he and his friends are preparing for an autumn recital. Nobita, as expected, struggles with his recorder, leading to ridicule from his classmates Gian and Suneo. Rather than face the embarrassment of practicing, Nobita steals a gadget from Doraemon that allows him to manipulate future events. His wish is simple: no music tomorrow so he can avoid the recital. However, his wish has disastrous consequences. Suddenly, no one can play music, and the world starts to fall into chaos. This disruption attracts the Noise, a dark force from space that devours harmony and music wherever it goes. With the fate of the world at stake, Doraemon and Nobita travel to a floating spaceship called the Grand Hall of Faray, which is inhabited by Mikka, a girl from the planet Mushka, and her robotic assistant Chappeku. Mikka explains that her planet was destroyed by the Noise after music was banned, and now the same threat is coming for Earth. To save their world, Nobita and his friends must perform music to restore the spaceship systems, ultimately finding the power to defeat the Noise. Along the way, they learn about the Earth Symphony, a musical composition that can bring harmony back to the universe. Each character receives an instrument suited to their abilities. John gets the tuba, Suneo the violin, Shizuka the bongo drums, and Nobita the recorder. However, the journey is not without its struggles. Nobita has to overcome his lack of musical talent and his deep-seated insecurities. The film's climax occurs when the group confronts the noise in space, using the Earth Symphony to battle the destructive entity. The emotional payoff occurs as Nobita, who had been afraid of his own abilities, finally plays his recorder with confidence, contributing to the defeat of the noise. This final sequence is not only a visual spectacle but also a powerful message about the importance of self-belief and the healing power of music. Themes: music, growth, and unity. One of the standout aspects of Doraemon the movie, Nobita's Earth Symphony, is its exploration of music as a unifying force. Music is central to the narrative, and it serves as both a plot device and a metaphor for the themes of self-expression, growth, and connection. The concept of music as a life force, one that can heal, connect, and bring people together, is woven throughout the film, with the Earth Symphony serving as a symbol of harmony and resilience. The idea that individuals must work together to create harmony is emphasized not only through the group's performance but also through their personal development. Each character must overcome their own insecurities and flaws to contribute to the larger mission. For Nobita, the central conflict revolves around his struggle with self-doubt and his feeling of inadequacy when compared to his more talented friends. His journey, from a clumsy and self-conscious recorder player to someone who plays with confidence and pride, resonates with anyone who has ever faced personal challenges. This emotional arc is paralleled by the larger narrative of the noise, a symbol of chaos and discord. The noise spreads destruction wherever it goes, mirroring the internal conflict Nobita faces. Just as the noise threatens to engulf the world in silence and darkness, Nobita's doubts threaten to prevent him from realizing his true potential. By the end of the film, as Nobita learns to play his recorder without fear, the noise is defeated and harmony is restored. The film also delves into the concept of community. As the characters, Nobita, Shizuka, Gian, Suneo, and Mikka work together, they learn that true success is not about individual talent but about cooperation, mutual support, and unity. The Earth Symphony is only complete when everyone plays their part, highlighting the importance of collaboration and trust in others. Animation, a visual feast. In terms of animation, Nobita's Earth Symphony is a visual treat. The Doraemon films are known for their bright and colorful aesthetic, but this film takes it a step further with stunning, imaginative world-building and fluid animation that elevates the entire experience. The design of the Grand Hall of Faray, a floating, otherworldly spacecraft, is intricate and visually striking, evoking a sense of wonder and mystery. The environments in the film shift from familiar urban settings to the vastness of space, each one beautifully rendered with attention to detail. The scenes that take place on Mushka, a planet consumed by the noise, have an eerie beauty, with dark skies and crumbling landscapes symbolizing the absence of music and harmony. In contrast, the Grand Hall of Faray is vibrant and alive, with sweeping designs that reflect the hope and potential of music. The musical sequences in the film are particularly captivating. When the characters perform, the animation becomes dynamic, with flowing colors and shapes that react to the music. These sequences are synchronized with the soundtrack, creating a seamless fusion of sound and visuals that conveys the power of music in a way that is both magical and exhilarating. The climax of the film, where the group plays the Earth Symphony to combat the noise, is especially memorable. An epic, visually stunning moment where music becomes a weapon to restore balance to the universe. Music and soundtrack. As expected from a movie centered around music, the soundtrack is a critical component of Nobita's Earth Symphony. Composed by Shiro Sajisu, the film's score is sweeping and emotive, perfectly complementing the film's themes of growth and harmony. The soundtrack integrates orchestral elements with contemporary sounds, blending classical and modern influences to reflect the universality of music. The Earth Symphony, the central musical composition of the film, is a powerful piece that combines multiple instruments, reflecting the diverse talents of the characters. Its crescendo serves as the emotional climax of the film, with the music symbolizing not just a literal battle against the noise, but also the characters' personal triumphs over their doubts and insecurities. The way the music builds and evolves throughout the film mirrors the character's journey, making it an integral part of the story. The performances by the characters, especially Nobita, are not flawless, which makes their musical journey more relatable and meaningful. The imperfections in their playing represent their personal growth and the idea that success is not about perfection but about perseverance and believing in oneself. Character development. As with many Doraemon films, character development plays a crucial role in driving the story forward. At the heart of the film is Nobita, whose journey from self-doubt to self-empowerment forms the emotional core of the narrative. Nobita's character arc is one of the most compelling aspects of the film, as it deals with universal issues of confidence, fear of failure, and the need for self-acceptance. In the beginning, Nobita is depicted as an insecure, lazy child who avoids facing his shortcomings. His struggles with the recorder represent a larger internal conflict about his lack of confidence in himself. As the film progresses, however, he begins to realize that his imperfections are not a barrier but an opportunity for growth. His eventual success in playing the recorder is a powerful message about overcoming fear and embracing one's unique strengths. The other characters, while playing supporting roles, also undergo significant growth. Shizuka, the ever-kind and supportive friend, continues to serve as a calming influence on Nobita. Gian and Suneo, who are typically portrayed as comic relief, are given moments of vulnerability and insight, reminding the audience that even those who seem confident can have insecurities.